We are back on Championship Court. It is Major League Pickleball, the Mesa edition by Margaritaville. It is our second quarterfinal matchup here on Championship Court. The Milwaukee Mashers awaiting to face the Florida Smash. Michelle McMahon and Cameron Irwin in the booth with you. Dominic Catalano has you covered from the sideline. This is the 4 and the 5 seed squaring off in the quarterfinal matchup. The winner will advance to face the unbeaten LA Mad Drops. They have yet to lose a set, a game. a game, excuse me. And that is impressive.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And so here are the matchups. It is beginning with women's doubles for the Florida Smash. It's Jorja Johnson and Jessie Irvine taking on the Milwaukee Mashers combination of Callie Jo Smith and Lucia Kovalova. Cameron, you've been watching these ladies all weekend long. What is the X factor in your mind in this particular matchup between these two teams?
As they get warmed up, and you can see the bracket here on screen with the Seattle Pioneers, New York Hustlers, that's going to be their opponent, the Los Angeles Mad Drops, awaiting the winner of this. It's been interesting to watch both Callie Jo Smith and Lucia Kovalova. I've been really impressed with Lucy's ability to set up her partner, Callie Jo Smith. One of the last matchups, I think Callie executed at a really high rank in terms of finding opportunities, sticking with the game plan, and really covering that middle with her forehand as she is the left side player. Now it's going to be fun to watch Jessie Irvine alongside Jorja Johnson. Jorja Johnson, one of the more youthful on the women's side of the game. Her game has grown exponentially just in the past few years. She, of course, is the sister to J.W. Johnson, who's also one of her practicing and drilling partners, as well as her mixed doubles partner on the PPA Tour. And it's really shown in her game. She's got electric hands, a great flick, one-hand backhand. It's something of quite beautiful nature. And what's going to be interesting, too, is Jessie Irvine is very comfortable whether she's on the right or the left side. She can create on both the right and the left side. She's known to be the queen of consistency in terms of her dinking. But I'm also going to look for her when she's playing women's doubles. She's not scared to speed up.
Florida Smash is the 4 seed and the Milwaukee Mashers the 5 seed. We've seen some incredible pickleball all day, including from the Seattle Pioneers. Ben Johns, the hero of that team. He is our Aura Athlete of the Day. Are we surprised that he is eclipsing the top of the player standings in every statistical category? No, we're not. But he seems to be bringing his game to a new level. When you're playing with different people that you haven't traditionally played with, when you're playing in this team format, what has impressed you the most, Cameron, about the way Ben Johns has been able to perform so far in this tournament format?
I actually think it's in relation a lot to how he's actually conducted himself with his team in terms of educating and sharing nuances and scouting reports. And Megan Dazan, one of his teammates, even mentioned that Ben is giving tidbits. She's not going to share them on air, but he is giving good tidbits. And so I think that's one of the big elements, is people being able to not only play alongside him, but also learn in terms of the team format.
Such an advantage to be even playing on his team, to be inside his mind, how he sees the game, and leveraging that experience across the board. These are lessons they will take with them the rest of the way. But as it relates to this matchup right here, right now, we're a little bit delayed. Sorry, we had a heck of a dream breaker here on Championship Court in the first quarterfinal matchup. But for now, it's all Mashers taking on the Florida Smash.
Well, and it's also, if we're talking Ben Johns, it's time to talk some Collin Johns, because he is on the Florida Smash team. And it's been interesting because everyone's talked about, well, Ben Johns had the opportunity to pick him, put him on the Seattle Pioneers, but he decided to go a different direction. And I think this is a great moment for growth for Collin. Everyone has talked about he's a right side specialist. He's got this, he's got that. He's very defensive minded. But just within the last few weeks, we've seen him put into some different positions. And it's really showed that he can do multiple things. I can't wait. Hopefully they get to the Dream Breaker. I want to see him play singles, see what that looks like.
I love that point by you, Cameron, because it really does point to the fact of him taking charge of his own destiny and stepping out of the shadow of his brother, of Ben Johns. How do you even compare when you're talking about the best player in the world. And so I love that. And I love that that's been able to be on display here with the Florida Smash. Travis Rettenmaier, his partner, the, of course, player-owner combination on the side of the Florida Smash. He drafted himself, and he owns the team, which is always an interesting dynamic. Also in charge of the trades and the drops.
The ultimate bet on yourself moment right there.
Confidence, no issue for Travis Rettenmaier, and we love it all the way through. The Florida Smash will kick us off here on Championship Court. Jessie Irvine and Jorja Johnson coming together for this one.
And on the other side, you're looking at right now, Andrei Daescu. He's going to be playing alongside DJ Young, and this is a combination that I think has found a little bit of stride in their game, right? Not necessarily your typical combination of players, but I really liked the movement and the execution, the combination I saw from these two earlier today. They love to move around, shuffle around the corner, find the ernies, and also lots of communication takes place as multiple balls were sent to the middle when they were facing off earlier.
Kovalova and Smith finished #1 in the rankings for the PPA Tour in 2022. They're well accustomed with each other. Callie Jo Smith, the dominant player on that left-hand side. And first serve is underway. Kovalova leads us off. Johnson on the return. Kovalova catches Jorja Johnson up high early.
Just a very calculated approach to start this match. Just sitting in, trying to find the contacts and settle into a point.
Smith with a serve to Irvine. Hands and a firefight at the net. Irvine coming away victorious there, but that's a big forehand from Callie Jo Smith.
And you can imagine Smith and Kovalova. Right now, it's already clear to tell that they're going to be attacking Jorja Johnson, trying to find her as much as possible.
Callie Jo Smith with an authoritative finish on the angle there. There was no stopping her on that one. Jorja Johnson jammed up.
Yeah, and again, just applying the pressure. Callie Jo Smith does such a nice job of this. She's really unrelenting in her approach. One ball, next ball, and finding different spots along her body.
Jorja Johnson identifying the pace and finding the opening on the middle.
And I think the difference right there for Jorja Johnson, her feet were actually a little bit more active within that firefight, so it allowed her to make the shift she needed to not get caught. Change of pace right there from Callie Jo Smith on the speed up. It was well handled first and foremost by Jorja Johnson, but just enough sent back to Callie Jo to really put an emphasis.
How do you neutralize Callie Jo Smith?
That's a great question.
There it is again, that forehand.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the mention right there. Earlier today, she was wicked with that forehand, so I think either you need to make sure you send it to her backhand side. You have to be careful of the ernie in that regard because you're going line to line, but you can also use almost a reset and go cross court to Lucia Kovalova just to give yourself a second more time.
Exactly what you just said, but falling short there for the Florida Smash. Kovalova and Smith, a well-oiled machine.
And that's what you have to be careful of. Kovalova doesn't necessarily have a flick, but she does have a good poke where she can reach in with that one hand, poke the ball up the line. And Jorja Johnson It looks like, oh, yep, so they're going to stack right now, too. So they're going to put Jorja Johnson on the left, Irvine on the right.
Saw a key switch a match ago and how crucial that can change and shift the momentum. Point number 1 being right there with that keen identified shift, Cameron.
Yeah, and it just looks like a little bit more comfortability for Johnson immediately on that first ball.
So true.
It's almost like a sigh of relief for her right there.
Great point by you.
And even though they lost the point, this is a better look for the Smash already. Very impressed with their ability to get into that cross-court dinking battle. They got into a better rhythm throughout that rally.
Smith with a serve, Irvine on the return.
And now it's going to be interesting if they want to put Jorja Johnson back on the left. They're going to have to unwind this stack. We don't see this. I think this is the first time I've actually seen this in Major League Pickleball this weekend. Is having to unwind that stack because you do have the availability to switch from the right to the left, either at the change of end or at a timeout.
Wonder if they will end up officially switching at one of those opportunities. As they close the gap to 3, Florida Smash back to serve.
Jorja Johnson, you're starting to see some of her best shot making, and this is what I love. If you watch her paddle angle, how she draws that ball back on her two-handed backhand, it's almost vertical. She's got this really unique way of putting some extra pace and sauce on the ball, and it has been really on display since the switch.
And it's a game changer. We now have a 1-point game, and the Milwaukee Mashers had the momentum leading up to this point. Jorja Johnson, 16 years old. So much youth in the game, and she'll take the bounce off the net. Here we have a tie game, just like that.
You know, it's funny, I think I called Jorja Johnson's first professional pickleball match. It was just a few years ago at Bobby Riggs Racket and Paddle Club in San Diego. And all of a sudden you see her here now. And she was so nervous in that regard, and now she's just an incredible player to watch.
At this point, at 16 years old.
We have a few of those.
Mother Julie, obviously senior pro, excellent at the craft. The Johnson family, prolific at the sport. Kovalova with a smile after that miss.
One is interesting too. They decided to not unwind the stack on that one. They kept Jorja Johnson on the right.
Hopefully we can dive deeper into the strategy there at the end of this one. Just shy of the net there. Momentum now on the side of the Florida Smash. Irvine and Johnson, other than the switch, what else has shifted things on their side, Cam?
I think that's been a big part of it, because with that switch comes with a different pattern. And right now, Lucia and Callie are trying to find a different pattern, a different equation for success.
Jorja Johnson going toe-to-toe with Callie Jo Smith, and now they're the first team to 11. Will they solidify the switch?
Well, and this is where it gets interesting too, because I like that they stuck with not calling a timeout and wasting one to find that switch. They waited until the change of end, and I think that's critical. You're going to save that timeout for later on in the match if you need it. That was big time play from Jorja Johnson. Immediately changed the rhythm, the chemistry between these two.
Jorja Johnson celebrating with her fan club sitting behind the bench. Gabe Tardio. Sure, her brother JW is right there, a couple rows back in the mix.
And again, this is where the team format comes in. You see Andrei Daescu was just on the bottom of your screen right now talking with DJ Young, Callie, as well as Lucia Kovalova. So now this is where problem solving is a huge part of pickleball. People talk about the chess game. Yes, you think of chess, that comes in patterns and rhythms, and you can kind of figure out your opponent. But it's all about real-time changes as well. How good are you at adapting to whatever is coming your direction? You might be able to game plan and go in with a scouting report, but it all all comes down to in-game adjustments. And right now, you have two incredible veterans who have some of the best chemistry on the court with one another, Lucy Kovalova and Callie Jo Smith. You talk to Callie Jo about playing with Lucy, and all she says is, I love Lucy. And she goes, I know the irony there. I love the irony, but she absolutely loves playing alongside her. Two just great veterans and competitors alongside one another.
Absolutely. A well-balanced partnership there. Callie Jo Smith identifies herself as leaning in. Kovalova, the resetter. There's the firepower of Callie Jo Smith.
Yeah, Callie Jo Smith, one of the best at extension power, just full extension, being able to really deliver the ball.
Mashers looking to tie things up. And Jorja Johnson just catches Kovalova on the chicken wing.
But exactly, and that's the flick that I was talking about from Jorja Johnson. It's a little bit more utilized on this backhand side, so it's nice that she now has that as an option.
Jessie Irvine will serve to Kovalova. Callie Jo Smith, interesting choice there. Jorja Johnson all over the high forehand.
And I love this. I love the way Jessie Irvine stayed in this point, still moving her feet. She didn't see the ball once, but what was incredible is she was prepared for any ball to come her direction, and she also trusted her partner. She didn't cramp her. She didn't get into that center line. She gave her plenty of space to make some plays.
I was just going to ask why you think Kovalova and Smith were hitting every ball to Johnson. Any thoughts on that strategy in a moment? Oh. Jorja Johnson stepping into the middle and finishing the same.
So to answer your question, it's a little bit of pick your poison, right? You've got Jessie Irvine, who all she does is get the ball back one after another. I mean, her play is just outrageous, whereas Jorja Johnson, just a little bit more inexperienced, right? So you're hoping maybe the consistency breaks down, but right now, Jorja Johnson's consistency is on full display, as well as her poach ability. Her shot to get in on this, wait for it. Great read, and all of a sudden she comes flying in.
Jessie Irvine was right behind her for backup should that ball have come back, but what a well-balanced partnership on their side. To your point, to put it quite succinctly, Jessie Irvine doesn't miss. She's very consistent, well calculated in her approach to the game, and so the Florida Smash with a 4-point lead. Milwaukee Mashers called the timeout. What are they addressing in their huddle right now?
Right now, I think they're going to have to find a different way to find some points in regards to maybe we're not going to go to that Jorja Johnson backhand. Maybe we try and force her one or two more middle balls, test their communication through the middle. Maybe you find something on the side of Jessie Irvine, but she's still staying true to her side. So I think maybe testing that middle.
Right on cue.
And it worked.
They must have heard you, Cameron. And so that split up the momentum a little bit on the side of the Mashers, and this first game is crucial. This is rally scoring, games to 21 points, win by 2. Jorja Johnson right to the body of Kovalova. What'd you like?
Well, and so I love this. Again, we talked about in-game adjustments, and they were testing that middle. A nice adjustment by Jorja Johnson, recognizing that. She says, hey, I still got this forehand here I can bring right back to the right shoulder of Lucy Kovalova.
Johnson will take back the serve, protecting a 4-point lead. up, ready for any bit of pace. Well executed.
Yeah, she definitely has a very good amount of power, which she can bring just about any direction. Watch her load here. A beautiful setup, even though she wasn't able to execute the final put away by Jessie Irvine. But you can see both Kovalova and Smith utilizing that middle dink pretty substantially.
And she makes it look easy. Callie Jo Smith powerfully executing that one from the kitchen. She's not going down without a fight, trailing by 3. Ball is called wide. Irvine is perplexed. Ball is confirmed out of bounds.
And we will see if this ball will be then challenged, I guess is the next question.
And they are indeed calling a challenge on the court, so we will keep you posted as we get the final verdict on this call.
You know, as much as we talk about the middle dink while we're sitting here, one of the really challenging parts of the middle dink is having to make sure not only that ball is shallow, either shallow to the net, or you keep it low enough off the bounce and soft enough that it's unattackable, because it's so easy for that ball to pop up just enough. So there are dangers that come with that middle dink as well.
They make it look easy. That's the thing. These shots are not necessarily the easiest one. That's a tough shot with a shoot right in the middle of it, but it does look like that ball.
I don't know. That might be right in the middle. And it also hasn't landed to that point, so, right?
Right.
Because right there, it's still in the air.
The shoe timing is not ideal with...
How'd she plan that?
I'm not sure, but she's a magician. Really like those shoes, by the way. The slow-mo is confirming that for me, but I am having a tough time seeing this. Let's hope the crew has a better look.
And there's still a lot of conversation taking place between the two team owners as well right now, team captains.
Jorja Johnson and Jessie Irvine discussing their game plan.
Yeah, it looks as if at times they started to go a little bit more towards that Smith backhand.
Call stands, ball was ruled out. They saw something we couldn't. And so the Florida Smash loses their challenge. They have no more challenges left to use should they need it further on in this matchup. Kovalova back to serve. Mashers trailing by 2.
All right, time in. 14-16.
Kovalova goes for it, just short.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily say ambitious, maybe just a second, or excuse me, a few inches too low for that poke from Kovalova.
What What a shot from Smith. That is a near impossible overhead to defend. Incredible performance from Smith.
And right now it's interesting as you watch Jessie Irvine. She's known to be one of the most defensive players out there. She plays just slightly off the kitchen line. I have been impressed though, and I've talked with her about it, that even though she backs up, she is trying to get and find her way back to the kitchen line so she can be more aggressive. There have been a few dinks where she has been able to utilize some more aggressive play.
Jorja Johnson not letting the gap widen any further. Johnson and Irvine, a very quietly poised partnership. Jessie Irvine goes right to the body of Kovalova. What'd you see, Cam?
It's remarkable. I mean, look at this. Look how far off the kitchen line Jessie is right here. She still has enough put away power from 3 feet back. That's remarkable. And the ability to still get that ball down.
19-15.
Rare miss on the backhand dink for Irvine, and so Kovalova brings us back. It's a 3-point game.
16-19.
Would love to see more balls like that from her.
Just unreal play from all 4 of these athletes. Just watch the wrist work of everybody. The reach in finally from Jessie and the put away power at full extension.
And a game in the favor of the Florida Smash. What a finish. What did you like the most? What did you feel was the X factor on the side of the Florida Smash? Cameron.
Well, I think you go back to before the end change when they made that switch, put Jorja Johnson, who is still emphatically jumping up and down in excitement. They put her on the left side, and that changed the complexion of this game completely. Her comfortability, her dinking, her quick wrist to be able to pull that ball over. She created a lot of chaos in that regard. Super impressed. And I'll also say Jessie Irvine, she said she's trying to play a little more aggressive in terms of not just sitting back beyond the kitchen line. She did that well, and then I will also pair that with there were times where she did step back up to the kitchen, and instead of necessarily attacking, she had a very purposeful dink.
She absolutely did. It was so fun to watch. I'd love to see more of that aggression come out. Dominic Catalano standing by right now with Jessie Irvine and Jorja Johnson.
All right, ladies, great start. You're up 1-0. Jorja, talk a little bit about the change you and Jessie made early on, switching sides.
You know, Jessie is the mastermind, so I just do whatever she tells me. And, you know, she makes plans that work, obviously. So,
pretty good advice listening to the veteran Jessie Irvine. Jessie, a good adjustment, though. What did you see that you guys made that for, though?
I think in the moment, you know, it's not like things weren't working. They just they weren't working as well as I had wanted them to work. So I decided that we switch sides. We were going to still keep the same game plan, but just switch sides and kind of give them a different visual. You know, Lucia and Callie, they're such a great team. They play all the time, so they're so comfortable with each other. This is my first time playing with Jorja, so, you know, we're always kind of experimenting, trying to figure out what works, and we have to kind of do that on the go. So I think in that moment, I was like, you know what, the game plan we have is solid. We just, you know, I wasn't executing it well enough. So I decided to switch and keep the same game plan, and Jorja executed perfectly.
All right, well, Florida Smash ladies put them up 1-0 heading into men's doubles. We'll take a quick break, be back. We'll have that men's doubles match right here in Mesa, Arizona.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
And I said, Saturday, no one's here. Like, are you getting this? So if he wants the invoice.
Water doesn't have to be boring. Turn it up with Circle. With over 40 delicious flavors and a dial that controls your intensity, Circle starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Circle, it's your water, your way. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
Back on championship court for more quarterfinal action. It is our second quarterfinals of the evening. Our final one, the women's doubles, went in favor of the Florida Smash, which sets up for men's doubles. That's Collin Johns on the screen, the brother of the legendary Ben Johns, his partner, Travis Rettenmaier, who drafted Collin, who drafted Collin in the 4th round. In the draft, they have a 51% win percentage on their side, squaring off against the Milwaukee Mashers, Andrei Daescu and DJ Young. And you dove into the storyline earlier, Cam. It's an interesting one, with Collin Johns still being available in the 4th round for Travis Rettenmaier, who drafted himself in the 3rd round.
Yeah. I would say it's not even a steal at that point. I think one of the biggest things is Collin Johns, and there's some questions in regards to, maybe he's only a right side specialist. You have to remember, he was a pro tennis player, as was Travis Rettenmaier.
Right.
So he has the ability not only to play singles, I mean, he has the great ability to also play on the left side as well. We just haven't seen it, so then there were question marks in that regard. But I think the reason Travis ended up choosing him is that he said he matched his style well, in the sense that Travis feels like he's going to be able to play the left side, play that aggressive style that he likes, which is freeing for him, and then to have that control, the resetter on the right side. I mean, that's the beautiful combination we so often see.
Great points by you, Cam. Collin Johns will be the receiver of the serve for DJ Young. First serve underway for game number 2 of this quarterfinal match. DJ Young, originally from Valencia, Spain, currently living in Dripping Springs, Texas. Spends a lot of time training with some of the great pickleball players down at Dreamland. Several of them here in this tournament as well. We are underway. Early error. Travis Rettenmaier will take us back for the serve.
1-0.
Andrei Daescu keeping the Florida Smash back at the baseline. What did you see?
I mean, how fun is that, though? You get to see the shake and bake, but instead of Ben Johns being up there, it's Collin Johns.
Down the line winner for DJ Young. He is so good and precise with these shots.
Yeah, and as much as this is a winner, it's also something to keep in mind later on. He's making sure that he's going to keep Rettenmaier true to that line. we come from a volleyball world where there's certain opportunities, there's certain things you keep in your back pocket and certain strategies that you try and open up for later on down in the match, and that's kind of true. You want to keep somebody honest at the beginning so it opens up other opportunities later on.
Daescu with some uncharacteristic errors early on. Florida Smash with an early 3-2 lead. That ball is wide and a well-called ball and good eye for Travis Rettenmaier. Rettenmaier, a former tennis pro, reached as high as 57 in doubles, as you pointed out earlier, Cam.
Yeah, he stopped playing professional tennis back in 2012 and had a very well high-paying job after that. Got a little tough on him.
Hasn't been playing pickleball that long.
As there's a body bag there, but to finish off, he said that it was time for him to definitely make a switch, to walk away, and he said he was never going to do something to chase the almighty dollar again. He wanted to find absolute joy and love in his life, and so far he's done that in the world of pickleball.
Good for him. Isn't that the truth? What a finish there, though, for the Milwaukee Mashers. Closing in, making this a one-point game. It's all or nothing, win or go home. The winner of this one punches their ticket to the semifinal round tomorrow against the LA Mad Drops.
Wow, I thought that was a fantastic flick from Travis Rettenmaier, but look at this counter from DJ Young right here. He even pushed that right hip forward, giving them that extra leverage.
Going for that line again to test the backside of Rettenmaier. That time goes wide. Oh, a surprise Ernie, a last-minute one for Andrei Daescu.
And this is what you have to be careful with. The frame of Andrei Daescu, he's very athletic. Look at his takeoff point right here. He's about 2 steps behind the kitchen line and still finds the Ernie.
Another former pro tennis player, played tennis at Oklahoma State, or excuse me, University of Oklahoma.
7-6. I'll recall. 7-6.
Consistency can be an issue for DJ Young, but of course the high reward side of that is the aggression. Andrei Daescu just too powerful.
You know, and I know you mentioned the consistency from DJ Young, but I have been very impressed, and it's even was remarked by Callie Jo Smith at how much DJ Young has improved in terms of that regard, the discipline he has showed.
Fast hands were tested there. Travis Rettenmaier giving the stare down to DJ Young.
Yeah, just catching on the left hip of DJ Young. Daescu isn't necessarily going to win on these flicks because he's got this full extension, so he's still getting it there pretty quick, but it's not necessarily the heaviest flick. But what is incredible is he uses his length to his advantage. Nice combinations by the Mashers.
DJ Young and the Scorpion, half Scorpion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're spot on. Take a look at this, because right away he sees Travis Rettenmaier reaching in, and watch his hips. Perfect read from DJ Young. This is what he's been doing all day. Great job getting his body and head out of the way. Ooh.
Ernie's surprise from DJ Young, fended off nicely by Collin Johns.
Yeah, and a fault called on DJ Young on this one right there. He stepped on the sideline as he attempted the Ernie. I like it though. They ended up in a switch in that last rally.
Would have come up with a point either way. The defense that won't quit on the side of the floor to smash. Here's the call from just a moment ago. Caught the heel of DJ Young on that fault off the Ernie. Doesn't matter now. They tied it up. Andrei Daescu disappointed with that one, and so the floor to smash. The first team to 11. We will see an end change. What's been the theme for you both on this start of this men's doubles matchup so far, Cam?
No, it's been really fun to watch, especially that last rally. You're starting to see that dink utilized more into the middle, and this has been the growth in terms of the men's game as well. How can we neutralize some of the Ernie ability that this guy right here, DJ Young, alongside Andrei Daescu, because of their length and ability to jump the corner, you have to be very careful in that regard. And it's also been a little bit of a backhand slice battle between Rettenmaier as well as Daescu on the opposing side, that cross-court dink battle. Rettenmaier has seen a few opportunities to flick in front of him, but DJ Young has done a really nice job dropping that down. So maybe Rettenmaier finds a different place on DJ Young to attack.
Serve stays on the side of the floor to smash. Rally scoring, games to 21, win by 2. What a finish for DJ Young. His hands are so quick, especially on that backhand.
And honestly, this is some of the best play I've seen from DJ Young. Just in terms of an overall day, his counter has been great. That first volley, phenomenal as well.
DJ Young once again countering with the fast hands.
Yeah, exactly right. And he just drops that paddle, loosens his grip. That was beautiful, right on that right hip.
Have another look on the right side of your screen. DJ Young putting on a clinic for hands. Identifies that as one of his strong points. Oh, Rettenmaier caught. What are you going to do about that one? That ball is coming a million miles an hour at your body. You can't get out of the way.
You can't get out of the way, but that was a great example of what Collin Johns is able to do in terms of resetting. His steady feet, loose hands. Again, you can't at this point keep track of the number of counters that DJ Young has had against Travis Rettenmaier right here.
Let's go, Smash.
Look at this. He sits backhand, and I love this again. His hips even give him a great opportunity. Watch how he turns him, so he gets a little extra something as he clears that body out of the way.
Suddenly, this game has become the DJ Young show, and it continues on that trend. Timeout is called, as you would expect, on the side of the Mashers. DJ Young, to your point, Cameron, showing a lot of growth in the work that he's put in recently.
Yeah, without
to work
a doubt.
on that consistency.
I think it's going to come down to right now changing the pattern, obviously. DJ Young is lights out. How can you start to neutralize him? Well, don't speed the ball up his direction. Let's see if we can cool him off. So I think, you know, there are some opportunities maybe on the backhand side of Daescu. He has been solid to this point. He also showed up in terms of the middle, taking that ball off the bounce, the ability to speed up that direction. But can you start to maybe push that ball not too far because of the Ernie ability? He can do it off a cross-court ball, but can you get him to that backhand side?
Fans are still packing the house here inside Talking Stick Resort facility, championship court. The Mashers look to continue this run on their side. Andrei Daescu. Just long and wide for Daescu.
Nice though, Collin John's getting into the mix there, finally gets an opportunity and immediately speeds up.
Travis Rettenmaier turning up the heat, and they need it on the side of the Florida Smash. How do you create this?
Some middle dinks on his side, working to the backhand, low backhand, more importantly, of DJ Young.
There you have it. To your point, once again, Cameron Irwin in the booth predicting the future. The Florida Smash closing the gap by 1. No problems there.
And that's a bummer for the Smash because I actually do like this point construction, but there was one fault for Rettenmaier and Johns in that there was one ball of indecision in the middle that they couldn't figure out. But I do like the way right now Rettenmaier is tossing in not only middle, but just slightly backhand dinks towards the side of Daescu. He's making a move. And there's the poke. That's the poke I'm talking about. It doesn't have a ton of pace to it. But look at the extension. He takes away time from his opponent by reaching so far in. So in terms of reducing the amount of time, that's just as good as power.
So deceptive. You never know that's coming. Even for Collin Johns, who's well-versed in that category. Mashers now running away with their biggest lead of the game.
18-14.
You can see right now the pattern, so you can start to count it. So Rettenmaier will go backhand slice to Daescu's backhand. Then he'll alternate and find the middle dink. Every once in a while, he'll break out of that pattern going back and forth, forcing Daescu to have to make that adjustment. And when was the last time we said DJ Young's name? No speed ups in his direction.
So true. So true.
Come on.
Daescu will take the serve, 2 points away from evening out the series here. Collin Johns taking control that time.
And that's so tough from the right. Watch how he's able to create right here. He forces that paddle to the left side of his hip with that forehand. That's a great speed up and finish from Collin Johns.
He decided he had enough. Serve goes back to him. Oh, Rettenmaier, a missed opportunity there. Wants that one back. Tough miss.
Yeah, Rettenmaier saying that's my bad. He knew he was supposed to fill that middle and he did. Just a bit of a missed contact there.
Mashers with game point. A chance to even the series right here.
Sitting down,
saving the day.
Doing a really nice job right there. Finally gets the better of one of those pokes from Daescu.
17-20.
Just long for Daescu. Collin Johns. That was a crucial momentum swinging point. So we're frozen on both sides. 18-20, and now make that 19. Florida smash, pulling within one, and the service advantage on their side. Timeout is called. What just happened, Cameron?
My goodness, I was going to comment about Daescu because as much as they've neutralized DJ Young, I was going to go hats off to Daescu. He's handled the pressure up into this point very, very well, making sure he's getting those dinks back. Nice footwork. There's a look at our boxcar crew. Hi, everybody. Y'all look great in there.
They've been working hard for us all match long, all day long, all tournament long. You guys have been here since Thursday, on the clock, around the clock. And we thank our entire boxcar crew for the hard work they've been putting in, all the cameras, all the behind the scenes production that doesn't get seen all the time in these scenarios, but we are very grateful and appreciate their hard work and efforts, especially as we stay after hours with a couple of dream breakers pushing us back on the sketch. Nobody's complaining. So Travis Rettenmaier looking to tie things up. It works, and the Florida smash tie it up. What'd you see?
So this is the second big difference from the Florida smash that's a momentum shift. The first was Collin Johns deflecting the poke from Daescu, and that's the second because that was an effective speed up the direction of DJ Young.
Florida smash turned the tables in this one.
And that's one of the places, if you're gonna hit him, right now, he's doing a nice job scorpioning down, right? Scooting down, but that left shoulder, he still has to move that right hand over to the left to cover that left shoulder. So if you're aiming for him, that's the spot to go.
Game point for this Florida smash. Ooh, Collin Johns tries to dig it out. Daescu jams him up, and the Mashers get the serve on their side. Ooh, DJ Young goes to speed it up, forces the error.
Wow, risk it for the biscuit right there from DJ Young.
Full speed charge.
Full send.
Full send. Oh, another error on the side of the Florida smash. So the Mashers now with the momentum on their side. 22-21, game point, and a chance to even the series. Rettenmaier just ever so slightly taps that backhand in, and the serve returns to the smash. Trading side outs. Andrei Daescu. What about the placement there for Collin Johns? High ball to the middle.
Yeah, that one's sitting a little bit too high. That's a nice stroke too, and I think Travis just really trusted Collin to get that ball down and left a little bit of an alley instead of covering.
And the winners go to the Milwaukee Mashers, Andrei Daescu and DJ Young. It was a battle. Nothing came easy. They battled their way back into this one. We are now tied at 1 game apiece. What was the X factor on the side of DJ Young and Daescu to be able to come back not once, not twice, but 3 times in this one, Cameron?
You know, honestly, I think it comes down to not only the steady play of DJ Young to start it off and be able to get the pressure off of him, but I'm so impressed with Daescu and how he was able to handle the pressure once they started coming his direction. He stayed steady, didn't try to do too much. His poke worked multiple times. I'm so impressed. There were multiple swings.
Let's hear from the winners now, Andrei Daescu and DJ Young with Dominic Catalana.
All right, boys, it's not a must win, but going down 2-0 is a problem. You guys come out, even to score, 1 apiece. What's the difference maker there for you guys, DJ?
Yeah, I think we came out with a lot of energy. We started pretty good. At the end, I think we both came pretty clutch. I missed a return. I kind of wanted to take a timeout, but he didn't let me. But now we know, and next time we'll take it, and yeah, just keep going on from now.
All right, Andrei, you had a game point. They made a run, came back. They had a game point on their paddle. You fight it off. You guys get your own and then win it on that. What are you thinking when they're making that little run?
Well, we know they're great competitors. They're a very good team. 2 solid players. They fight really hard, so we just figure we have to, hang in there. They made a good run to catch up to us and go up match point, but we also made a good run to finish it off. So I think the difference maker was DJ for sure. His game was outstanding tonight, and I look forward to some more magic tonight.
All right, Milwaukee Mashers, even the score, 1 apiece, heading into mixed doubles. We'll be right back and have those mixed doubles matchups right here at MLP.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
All right, it's time to get to the mixed doubles matchup and find out exactly who will be taking place. As of right now, it looks like we've got Jorja Johnson alongside Travis Rettenmaier, and they will be facing off against DJ Young and Lucia Kovalova. The score is currently tied at 1 apiece for MLP Mesa by Margaritaville. This is the second quarterfinals. And I'm just helping out my friend here. I'm Cameron Irwin alongside Michelle McMahon. It's all yours now.
That's right. We're midway through our second quarterfinal matchup, and Milwaukee is the home team, so they get to pick who they match up against in terms of this mixed doubles round. And so the Florida Smash laid their hand first, and they laid out Jorja Johnson and Travis Rettenmaier. So the Milwaukee Mashers countered with Lucia Kovalova and DJ Young. Now this is relevant, of course, if we go to a Dream Breaker format. That means roles switch. And then the Milwaukee Mashers have to lay their hand first. So things even out in the end. This is game number 3, but our first mixed doubles matchup underway. Jorja and Travis are familiar with each other, playing a couple of games in last season of Major League Pickleball.
Yep. So definitely, that's something in terms of continuity definitely helps as you take a look now at the head-to-head. But however, you see the duper and win probability drop down for Rettenmaier and Johnson. Young and Kovalova just have a lot more experience under their belt, so that's why some of that shows up in that 66%. But it will be interesting to just see the combination of Kovalova. She'll be on the right side. We just saw DJ Young playing on the right, so he's going to switch to the left. And the same thing in regards to Jorja Johnson. We saw her very successful in women's doubles, playing on the left. She was a little bit tight on that right side, so she'll again be playing on that right. So let's see how she starts to manage a little bit more. She'll have less court to cover now.
Kovalova started the serve, and the Florida Smash take the early 1-0 lead. Rettenmaier will kick back the serve for the Smash. That one early to Jorja Johnson. DJ Young with a fast flick.
1-1.
And Johnson, in the same regard, is going to see a majority of the balls coming her direction on that right side. At times, she's been successful throughout her career finding the backside of the male in front of her. However, with the counter ability of DJ Young right now, you have to be a little bit weary of that.
DJ Young with the Ernie approach. So aggressive, so smart, and so fast with his feet and his hands.
Yeah, nice recognition there, kind of recognizing the body language of Jorja Johnson and where that ball contacted in accordance to her paddle as well.
Johnson finds a wide open path with the Ernie, taking DJ Young a little bit wide.
Yeah, and this is just fearless play from Jorja Johnson. I love this. He thinks, oh, she's going to be going up the line, or excuse me, towards that Ernie, and next thing you know, she goes, I'm speeding this ball up right down the alley.
Love the vision from Jorja Johnson. Travis Rettenmaier showing his hands. An overhead clinic on the side of the Florida Smash.
He looked like he was back in ATP right there. Look at this form. Beautiful point, close, finish.
Textbook for Travis Rettenmaier. And a rare miss for Jorja Johnson.
Yeah, Jorja Johnson typically does a really good job at short hopping the ball, so not allowing the ball to travel up off the top spin roll of Lucia Kovalova. That's one of the ways you can make sure that that dink doesn't get away from you. The other is to take that ball out of the air, so you're cutting that top spin before it ever creates a problem.
Rettenmaier, a part owner of the Florida Smash. Painting the line was Jorja Johnson, but DJ Young says that ball was wide. Johnson looking for clarity.
Did you see it? Here we go. Did you see it?
Kovalova takes back the serve, trailing by 2.
Those floaters are just so brutal because what's hard is you even have your paddle on the right side of your body, but you expect that ball is going wide, but there wasn't enough side spin on that to propel it just wide of the court.
Well-placed shot. Once again for Kovalova, got the error there, so the Smash back on top by 2. That's as close as it gets on the sideline. I don't know. That looked like it could have been in.
Not challengeable anymore.
I know. Yep. Poor Jorja should have challenged. Oh, DJ Young with a crazy angle on the Ernie.
Full flying eagle here. Look at this. Look at the paddle position he gets here.
How?
Yeah, that's
How?
all DJ Young. He's known for that shot right there. Finding the forehand on the backhand side.
Woo, Johnson speeds it up on DJ Young. Maybe not the right choice. What do you think, Cameron?
You know, she's had some success, and I actually don't mind that location that much, but that's, again, a great job by DJ Young. He's prepping for every single ball to be a speed up. I believe that would have been a kitchen violation as DJ Young fell. Or maybe just a bad bounce, as that ball went out of bounds. It was off the bounce.
Tie game. Once again on our championship court. Once again, the winner of this one punches their ticket to the semifinal matchup against the LA Mad Drops.
And same thing, you can see Travis Rettenmaier has his paddle back there and doesn't think that this ball's staying in because it's a slow floater, right? You would imagine that ball is just going to keep drifting back and back because it's high on his shoulder as well, but there's not enough pace on it to send it beyond the baseline.
DJ Young dominant in the middle of the court. Nothing was getting past him.
Yeah, just look at those quick twitch muscles right there. Love the backhand punch, then finds the forehand, and then the two-handed backhand. I mean, every shot was just made by DJ Young.
Can't get enough of the reaction either. Ball was called wide.
Ball called out of bounds, but I will say too, they're trying to look to see if there'll be a replay to challenge that, and we're not going to put one up on the video board for you first. No, I like this. Good job, Boxcar. Don't put up that replay. Everyone's looking to the Jumbotron right now to see if they should call.
Learned our lesson with that one, with the New Jersey Fives trying to reverse their challenge call after seeing the ball was clearly not in line with what they wanted. That's the best way to put that. So the Florida Smash tie things up once again, 10-10. Jorja Johnson back to serve. Oh my. The release of DJ Young is so incredibly fast.
Yeah, great recognition right there from Lucy Kovalova. One of the great times to find that Ernie is when you have your opponent backed up off the line, looking down at the ball. Great location and timing and execution by Lucy to get to that Ernie.
So the Milwaukee Mashers, the first team to 11, as they discuss with their team personnel on the sideline. Milwaukee Mashers are, of course, owned by Marc Lasry and James Blake. A couple of icons there, and the Florida Smash on the opposing side, owned by several owners, including Travis Rettenmaier. So discussion in here, where you see things shifting in terms of momentum when Milwaukee is taking control of this match. What's happening on their side?
You know what I'm really impressed with, again, is the play of DJ Young, and it's really about the discipline right now. There are times when it's easy when you're getting hot and you're hitting every shot and everything's going your direction to try and do too much, and there have been opportunities where I thought maybe DJ Young is going to have one of those moments where he's going to try and do too much, but instead he's actually found to stay in a dink rally a little bit longer, even when an opportunity may have presented himself. I'm impressed with the discipline right now.
DJ Young overextending perhaps on that play.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, he may have needed about another half shuffle to get there. I do think that was an attackable ball, but just got a little tripped up in terms of him and Kovalova's movement together.
Johnson, ooh.
There's going to be a foot fault off the push-off of DJ Young. That's one of the hard parts, is anytime you go to move backwards, you can see it right here. When you go to push off, you actually take a step forward in order to explode backwards.
Yep. Fortunate play for the Florida Smash, who were ultimately done for on that point. Travis Rettenmaier finishing and closing down the middle. Beautifully done.
Yeah, not the spot DJ Young, I think, was looking for on this flick. It sat up a little bit too high and right into the middle. I think that one was a bit overextended.
Travis Rettenmaier wins the hands battle against DJ Young. A very challenging feat.
Yeah, no, and I love this for Travis Rettenmaier right here. Stepping into the middle and winning one of these firefights. He is a fiery player. Emotion is his friend. And so when he starts to get into these firefights and they go his direction, it's only going to help his play right now.
Their reaction speed is split-second decision-making. It's incredible how they're able to get their paddle and maneuver it in such a way so quickly. How their brains work that fast is incredible. And a timeout called on the court. Momentum back on the side of the Florida Smash.
And to your point about that split second, and actually I did some math and tried to figure out what it was comparable to other sports, right? Whether it was from baseball, from the pitcher's hand to the bat, and what the reaction time might be from a tennis serve, and at the professional ranks, and how fast that travels in accordance to how fast you have to react. And it is not just up there in terms of being equivalent to those, but even faster than that, somewhere between 0.4 of a second or less. From kitchen to kitchen line. And with the extension of not only the height, the technology out there, it's getting even more and more minute. A pickleball can travel up to 60 miles an hour, and that thing is dangerous.
We got to put that in numbers form, and you've got to patent that formula, Cameron, and give it to us. We can put it on a graphic to show just how incredible these athletes are. Florida Smash adding one more to the points bank. Every point is crucial in this format, especially in the first year of this promotion and relegation system. This is all going to come into play as we progress throughout the season, especially at the premier level. Lucia Kovalova back to serve for the Mashers. Oh, what about a finishing shot for Jorja Johnson? Love when she gets going with the enthusiasm.
And so does her partner. He is all smiles right now. You gotta love that.
Oh, the defense of the smash. Oh my goodness, and it pays off. Jorja Johnson and Travis Rettenmaier throwing everything and the kitchen sink at DJ Young, and they wouldn't go away.
DJ Young just hit the ball 3 times harder each and every time he hit that. That was remarkable defense.
Oh, that's a deflating miss for DJ Young.
It's all Florida Smash right now. They're controlling not only their emotions, they're using them to the best of their ability. I love that they've got not only the firepower, but then they just showed the soft game as well.
Absolutely. Travis Rettenmaier 2 points away from putting his team on top 2-1 over the Mashers. DJ Young with another miss, top of the tape. That one hurts, Cam.
Yeah, it absolutely does, and that's honestly just a little overcooked. He didn't need to put that much on it. That was some frustration built up over those other 3 overheads he hit.
And in his defense, what else can you do when Rettenmaier and Johnson are defending the way that they are?
Fair.
Jorja Johnson with a capitalizing finish with her partner Travis Rettenmaier, and the first mixed doubles matchup goes in favor of the Florida Smash. She's 16 years old and she's not looking back.
Yeah, that right shoulder was a thing of beauty as she gets a pirouette on the celebration. This is where she found some success. I mentioned at times she was gonna go at DJ Young, and she picked her spots very, very well. That right shoulder as he was dropping down, it was risky at times, but worked out in the end.
All the pressure on this second mixed doubles matchup. Jessie Irvine and Collin Johns getting ready for their matchup against Andrei Daescu and Callie Jo Smith. This is going to be an interesting one. The winners, Jorja Johnson and Travis Rettenmaier, standing by with Dominic Catalano.
Travis, we were just talking as you walked up and saying, Jorja carried you. I actually saw you smile in the middle of that match. You were having a lot of fun watching her do what she does.
Yeah, I looked up at my little player thing and they're like, feed Jorja all day, because she was just chopping them up. And I mean, like, I'm playing terrible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, men's doubles bad. Didn't even play well here, but this chick just wrecked it.
Jorja, playing next to Travis, feeding off of his energy, it seems like you're just eating that up. Is it something that you're seeing from him, giving you?
Yeah, I feel like I play with a lot of energy usually, but he definitely helps me and just keeping me in it. And, you know, he says the craziest stuff on court, so it keeps me locked in. You just got to keep focused.
What was that, Trav?
Best Johnson there is, J-Dub.
All right, J-Dub, you heard it. Florida Smash moving on. They are up 2-1 here going into the last mixed doubles matchup. We'll see what the Mashers have here right after break.
Something make you shake it, shake it.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
Just like my mama said, hard times and the good way that you're born. Hustler, when the world wants you to sing a swing, I ain't gonna go.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Back on championship court, here is the road to the championship round for Sunday's matchup. We are still amidst the second quarterfinal matchup between the Florida Smash and the Milwaukee Mashers in this quarterfinal round taking place right now on championship court. The winner of this one will square off against the LA Mad Drops, who have yet to lose a game. That semifinal matchup taking place tomorrow morning. And then, of course, the second semifinal matchup already set. The Seattle Pioneers taking on the New York Hustlers, who cruised on through with that 6th seed. Now I want to say cruise. They had to really work through it.
I was going to say that was more of like an uphill trek.
But an uphill, oh, you're right. They put the backpack, the heaviest backpack on possible, and they climbed uphill. But they had so much energy doing it, and it was so much fun to watch. We knew that team was going to be electric. This whole tournament is based on energy, the team dynamic, the momentum. That is often self-generated by who's on your team. So kudos to the New York Hustlers and that 6th seed going all the way to the semifinal. Now how they match up against the Seattle Pioneers and Ben Johns and company, we don't know, but that's why they play the games. And that one you don't want to miss tomorrow on Championship Sunday, beginning with our semifinal coverage. As for now, that last and final semifinal spot awaits to be claimed by either the Florida Smash or the Milwaukee Mashers. Who will it be? This match could determine it all. The Florida Smash need one more win to get into the semifinals. Brian Levine, the MLP CEO, in the house tonight. It's been a rockin' facility here in Mesa, Arizona, as event number 1 kicks off. And the reason we're all here tonight and this entire weekend, Steve Kuhn in the black hat developed the concept of Major League Pickleball, also igniting the sport in so many ways and doing so much good for the sport, including Duper, the ranking system that is simplifying the game and making it more accessible to all. So many special memories for all, and so much joy to be shared as we turn to our Joy Cam.
That was perfect.
For Michelob Ultra.
One of the great nuggets that's come out just in the past few months is 36.5 million people had picked up and played pickleball at least once.
Their goal was 40 by 30.
I know, just
we're almost there.
Just wild. And there's a look at the Tardeo brothers right there alongside Jorja Johnson.
Who is who?
Gabe's on the right.
I know. Just kidding.
Okay, my right.
But they look also, they look very similar. But for our viewers that don't know, we must point that out.
The one in the hat.
Johnson, Millie Rain. And also, let's point out the fact, what other pickleball tournament do you have all the players who are competing against each other also in the crowd supporting each other when they're out playing in these types of matchups? I just love the team aspect. I love the support on all sides.
Irina Tereshchenko trying to hide.
She is. You can't hide from us, Irina.
You can't hide, Irina.
I'm sure she hears me from across the way.
It's probably, yeah, that one time she called a hindrance on you.
Yeah, I was called the hindrance on the play. I will never forget that. Thank you, Irina. My most memorable MLP moment of 2022. And so for the matchup, we're ready to get started here.
So
Callie Jo Smith and Andrei Daescu just warming up on their side. Brooks Wiley, the MLP commish.
But they're going to be facing off against Collin Johns and Jessie.
Always on the job. He's probably, I don't know what he's doing. We're going to have to find out.
It's a good question. But
busy working.
In terms of this matchup, a couple of things that I'm excited to look for. Collin Johns paired alongside Jessie Irvine.
Yes.
Will Collin Johns play the left or will he play the right? Let's take a look at the head-to-head, and so you can see the percentage, the win probability on the side of Johns and Irvine. But Daescu and Smith, again, a good reminder. We just saw Daescu playing on the left, both of them traditionally left side players. So Callie will now most likely be playing on that right side. Daescu, again, tested with that cross-court dink. We'll see what takes shape. He's going to obviously be covering the middle with his forehand. And in the same regard, do we get a chance to see Collin Johns playing the left? Yes.
Here
we go.
And follow-up question for you on Callie Jo Smith's game. What is the biggest element that changes for her going from that left side to the right side without pointing out the obvious?
Well, I think it's not just going left to right, but it's going from women's doubles to mixed, right? So the roles and priorities shift. So instead of being the aggressor, the attacker reaching in, trying to set up opportunities in terms of speed ups, she's now going to become more the setup. Now, she's not going to be scared, I think, at times to go at Daescu more often than not. Or, excuse me, will go up against Johns more often than not, because she has the ability with that great big forehand.
Smith will kick off the serve. Oh, Collin Johns just finds the corner. A reactive counter.
There's going to be a lot of steady dinking on the side of Jessie Irvine.
Such an ideal mixed partner to have in Jessie Irvine.
And already, though, I said she's not going to be that scared, even from the right side. She was trying to create. You saw two balls go up the line off the paddle of Callie Jo Smith, trying to set it up, and she did create space, just didn't execute on the middle.
What a shot, Andrei Daescu threading the needle through Irvine and Johns.
Yeah, Collin Johns going with the little Ernie there, but creating too much space. Again, you got to remember how long Daescu is.
Former tennis pro. Jessie Irvine counter-punching on that backhand. You said, Cameron, she was going to be more aggressive. She was there.
Yeah, but what's remarkable is just the fact that she's countering from 3 feet off and still being successful in that regard.
Johns.
There's a casualness to Collin Johns' game.
You're right.
That is
That's
just
a perfect word.
Yeah, and it's actually that he's just so finite in his decision making and also his feet. So when he's getting attacked, he's so loose in his limbs to be able to soften that contact now after that point concludes, but just his ability to get quiet with his hands, let that ball fall, and then even on a put away, just smooth as can be. Collin Johns with a big old come on with Jessie Irvine right here, and rightly so. I do like that speed up. That's not that bad from the paddle of Callie Jo Smith trying to catch him off guard, but quick is Collin Johns to close that one out.
Florida Smash carving out a 5-point lead early in the second mixed doubles matchup. Daescu using that length down the middle. The Florida Smash proving to be a very challenging team to beat, with Johns and Irvine on the same side, and their consistency complementing each other.
This is where I was about to say they're going to have to start finding some different locations in terms of speeding up. I don't know if the equation for success is Callie Jo going at Collin Johns up the line, and I like this instead. Daescu took a shot instead.
Basically played singles on that point, Daescu. On the finish, rather. Callie Jo Smith entering her forehand into the mix. She's so powerful, the way she winds up for that shot. Florida Smash. Seemed like the Mashers had control of that one. Starting with the Ernie, Callie Jo just gets caught going high.
Yeah, without a doubt, Callie Jo did a nice job filling, but not quite the paddle angle she was looking for. And that is just filthy from Callie Jo. Look how she sneaks this corner. Perfect setup right there. Waits till Collin Johns' eyes drop down so he can't see her movement. Now they're going to question whether
challenge.
Exactly. There was a fault in terms of touching the net, I believe.
The Florida Smash calling that one to be evaluated. I loved that play from Callie Jo Smith, though. And break down how she was able to set herself up for that one, Kim.
Yeah, I think one of the great ways to set yourself up for a dirty like that is to be able to have a dink go line to line and get some depth on it. Here's a look at it. Did she touch the net?
Yeah.
Ooh, the net's kind of moving. Am I wrong?
Like she's touching the net.
Doesn't it look like it wobbles after contact?
Yes. That's very much touching the net, in my opinion.
Thinking that paddle touched the net right there, just based off the reaction of the net.
I'm not sure how the paddle couldn't have touched the net in that scenario.
And honestly, Callie Jo just saw it, grabbed the ball, and goes, "All right, here you go," and tosses it to the other
but
side.
It was such a cool play. I loved it. I would love to see more of that. More of that, please, Callie. Thanks.
But to finish the thought, yeah, finding some depth, getting that ball behind the kitchen line, bouncing so that it's on the backhand side of the opposing player. Eyes get down, and it's hard to see kind of that sneaky move just around the corner, and it also puts them in an awkward position, right? Because it's so hard. Once that ball gets behind your left hip, it's really hard to pull that ball again back cross court. So you only really have one option, which is to go back up the line, or typically you want to try and reset that ball slow and shallow back in the middle. So as we'd expect, violation called there, paddle touching the net. Making sure the score is right now.
You want to track the game? I have a Florida Smash. Yeah, right.
Strategy continuing to unfold on the side of the Florida Smash. Collin Johns and Jessie Irvine enjoying a 5-point lead. And if they win this one, they advance to the semifinal round taking place tomorrow. What a counterpunch by Johns. Not enough, though. Irvine just couldn't get enough on it. And Daescu forcing the issue.
Yeah, that's hard when someone's hitting the ball out of the air. You think a ton of pace is coming your way, and you've backed up, weights backwards. Sometimes the soft stuff works.
Oh, near snag by Johns. Daescu and Callie Jo Smith finding some momentum on their side.
Yeah. Another great ball on the side of, I'm surprised we haven't called them the Smashers yet.
I know. It's crossed my mind a couple of times, believe me.
Oh, and there's going to be some conversation here.
Jessie Irvine is 100% confident that that ball is in.
And Callie Jo Smith says, go ahead, absolutely, you challenge this call right now. She is convinced that that ball is out of bounds. Collin then went to Andrei Daescu and asked the question, what did you see? And I think he's going to stick with his partner right here because she was rather emphatic in regards to saying that ball is out of bounds. Please go ahead and challenge it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And I think this is gonna get overturned. Because again, it's gotta go through the center of the ball. No compression on a pickleball. So if you draw a line straight through the center, which right there, if you look rule of thirds,
that's an in ball.
Rule of thirds, that's gonna be tough. Again, remember the call was out of bounds. So there's gotta be complete video evidence and concurrence among all of our officials that this can be overturned as an in call. I've been a little shaky on these. My record, I was up here with Adam.
I'm hesitant to say, but that looks into me, honestly. You know, there's a way.
Yeah.
With where I don't see where that doesn't hit the line. And even if it's just the back of the line, the center of the ball, to me, looks like it's still hitting the line. And I could be proven wrong, so I'm open. I'm open for discussion. Okay, we were right, Cam. Ball is in, call overturned.
Someone
Jessie
tell Adam
Irvine,
that I got one right.
She was 100% on it. She's like, a challenge. That is 100% in. And so the Florida Smash, because of that, get to keep their challenge because it was successfully overturned. So now they have another to use.
Now they are again going back through to make sure they have the score correct. Making sure we've got all the details down. That's really tough. So again, as Jessie backs up, that's the right idea. When you're getting attacked, give yourself just that extra second of space right there. As you back up, you generate more time to be able to respond. So as we've seen so many different dink rallies, you know, as much as we talk about the speed ups, the counter attacks, now that it's the change of end, there's also something that I think needs to be said in regards to dink rallies and the amount of information these athletes are taking in at any given moment. Because as much as you might think, oh, that's just a dink to the backhand side or the forehand side, each one of these dinks at this level comes with not only a specific pace, but also a different spin, correct? And there's the scouting report. What are they good at? What are they not good at? But the amount of assessment that these athletes are taking in, how's the ball going to bounce? Should I take this out of the air? How can I counteract this spin is just astronomical. Every single situation at this level, these pros have been through time and time again. And so even though those dink rallies may on screen look like just little short hops or anything, the amount of action on those dinks is just remarkable. That's what creates those pop-ups.
And the calculation behind every single ball and what they're trying to work strategy-wise, where they place every dink that looks easy to us. It looks easy when you're watching it on the screen, and then when you go out and actually do it, you realize the degree of difficulty and the degree of consistency you have to possess to get to this level, and it's not as easy as these pros make it seem. Oh, Jessie Irvine makes that finish look easy.
Oh, and it is anything but. That is a beautiful stroke from Jessie Irvine. Watch how this just slides off of her paddle. And that is set up with the cross-court dinking from Collin Johns to Daescu. Great execution from Irvine.
It's like their minds are in sync, Irvine and Johns. Like she was waiting for that opening to be created by her partner. Such strategic motion on both sides. The Mashers climbing back in though, trailing by 4. Collin Johns getting back the point and the serve.
Nice job by Collin on that second one, still adding just enough topspin two to get a little extra push down at the feet of Callie Jo Smith.
Jessie Irvine, my goodness, that backhand is lethal.
I mean, and look at the attack points for Jessie Irvine right now. She is halfway through the transition zone. So what is interesting too, we talk about angles all the time. One of the other angles is as you back up, the distance from the height of the net to the back of the court, so the baseline, the amount of room you have to hit that ball in bounds with pace is very slim.
You asked for aggression, you got it. Oh, the finesse play by Andrei Daescu.
Just absolutely fantastic touch by Daescu right there. As much as his momentum is moving forward, he loosens that grip and just drops that ball. And Jessie Irvine's starting to talk right now on the court. As much as she stays steady, there are moments when she starts to feel her game, you're going to hear about it.
Jessie Irvine was lined up ready for the pace. Callie Jo Smith.
She absolutely was. She was sitting on that, just barely missed.
The Mashers needed that point, letting this lead slip away. from Jessie Irvine for Collin Johns to put a finishing touch.
I mean, Jessie Irvine, just so talented. And even though I use that word, it's funny, I was talking to her this week, and she said, yeah, you know, people say, like, oh, I wish I were as talented as you. And she said, this is all work. She feels that she's not that talented of an athlete, but she has just outworked everybody in terms of becoming the most consistent.
I have to disagree with her a little bit there. She's clearly a talented athlete as well. I'm not discrediting her hard work, but she is gifted.
I'm saying those are her words, not mine.
I know.
She said
100%.
put her in any other sport, make her play basketball, and you'll be like, oh, that girl isn't an athlete.
I just don't believe her. I feel like she is. You can't have hands like that and not be an athlete in my mind. Plug her into volleyball, I bet she'd be good.
I don't know. She said it wasn't a go.
We're going to try. We're going to bring her out to the beach someday. Play some beach volleyball.
And it's funny, as much as we talk about work ethic, you also have to talk about the woman on the other side.
Yes.
She's not only a mom, she is one of the most physically fit. She spends so much time in that regard. She also was a full-time pickleball player and also has a job on the side coaching.
Unbelievable. Callie Jo Smith is a workhorse, and it shows in every aspect of her life.
Go at her like that.
Really incredible what a lot of these athletes are able to do, especially the ones balancing many balls in the air. That ball is wide, and Collin Johns forced the Mashers into a bad situation here.
You know, it's fun to see Collin Johns show this emotion so often. Him and his brother are just so stoic on the court, right? And he's got the finger whack going. He's living it up. But I like that grip he was able to use, able to punch that ball back with a forward or upward trajectory on that paddle ankle.
Finishing with some sass, Collin Johns and Jessie Irvine. Florida Smash closing in 2 points away from punching their ticket to the semifinals. Oh, a rare miss for Collin Johns, a very patient point.
Yeah, and honestly, again, so impressed. You're seeing so many different types of dinks to Daescu. They're really forcing him to try and hit every single ball, whether it's on the backhand side, from a roll perspective, a slice perspective, then into the forehand as well. Wow, and again, challenging Daescu's lateral motion from right to left over and over, and right now he's coming up victorious with the last two.
legs up, just goes wide. Game match point. Now on the side of the smash, what are you reacting to, Cam?
I just love this shot right here from Collin, taking it off the bounce, and more importantly, goes to give a high five to Jessie, and she's nowhere to be seen. But don't worry, Jorja Johnson comes flying in for the save. Don't leave a man hanging.
Match point for the Florida Smash. It's over. The Florida Smash have earned their way to the semifinal round. Jessie Irvine, Collin Johns, Travis Rettenmaier, Jorja Johnson will advance to Championship Sunday. What impressed you the most about Irvine and Johns and the way they were able to hold their composure and lead the way this entire matchup?
You know, I think Jessie Irvine played really lights out, especially in that transition zone. I think she showed her chops with the aggressive play in transition, and also so impressed just to see Collin Johns on the left side and his ability to create in different moments. Their patience came at a premium. It was phenomenal the way they moved Daescu around, and even on the other side, just so impressive from Daescu and Callie Joe facing off against this steady team.
Travis Rettenmaier walking with swag, as he should. The player owner said, I drafted this team. Yeah, of course I knew we were going to advance to the semifinal round. I drafted myself too. What do you have to say about it? Well, let's hear what he has to say about it. Dominic Catalano standing by with the victors, the Florida Smash. Dom.
All right, guys, first and foremost, congratulations. You punched your ticket to Championship Sunday in the semifinal. Collin, you are known as one of the best right-sided players. You play left side in this, but you almost played like you were on the right side, setting up Jessie for her power.
Yeah, I mean, Jessie plays the right so well that I can adapt and play the left and just set her up to her strength and maybe not play the exact conventional mix, but I felt like we played it really well, that it really complemented our strength today.
And Jessie, playing with Collin, you knew you were going to get into some grinding points. How do you prepare for that to dig in?
I mean, that's what I love to do. I just love to grind all day. Like, you know, I love the long points. I feel like the more balls I'm seeing, the longer the points are, the better I start getting, and I get a feel for the ball. And yeah, I think, you know, going in, our strategy was to kind of put me on the right, since I am a great dinker. And Collin has some of the fastest hands out there, so I felt pretty confident with him in front of the girls. And basically that was kind of our strategy. I was just gonna kind of keep dinking, do that all day, and then just have him set it up for his hands, and that's what worked.
All right, well, Florida Smash, Travis, Jorja, you as well. Congratulations, moving on to the semifinals tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to send it back upstairs to Michelle and Cameron.
Dom, thanks so much. And my goodness, did we witness some of the world's best pickleball on display here in Mesa, Arizona. Stop number 1 for Major League Pickleball on this 2023 tour. And guess what? We've got a full slate of action coming your way on Championship Sunday starting at 9 a.m. It's the Seattle Pioneers taking on the electric New York Hustlers. And then the second semifinal matchup between the Florida Smash will be taking place at noon. The Challenger final taking place at 2 p.m. and the 4 p.m. time slot will be the championship game for all the cookies. For Cameron Irwin, I'm Michelle McMahon. All of our coverage tomorrow will be on Tennis Channel. Please join us. Thank you so much for tuning in with us all day today, all tournament long. It is a pleasure to have you with us. For Dominic Catalano, Cameron Irwin, I'm Michelle McMahon. We say have a great evening. We'll see you same place, same time tomorrow morning.